Alright, guys, so listen. I know that if you are a PlayStation fan, you might not be happy to hear what I'm going to say about PlayStation's first ever State of Play live stream, but I have to keep it real with you guys, just like I've done with Xbox and pretty much anything else I choose to talk about on my channel here. I have to keep it real and I have to just give my brutally honest thoughts. And this PlayStation State of Play live stream was atrocious. I mean, it was terrible. And the only positive thing I can say about it is it was short. It wasn't like 2 hours long or an hour and a half long. That's the only positive I can give it. I like the direct format of it as well, but from what I'm hearing, it's identical to what Nintendo Directs are. Now, I don't watch them, so I wouldn't know, but that's what I've heard. And I honestly think that Sony needs to go back to the drawing board with this and really figure out what they're going to do differently with this show, this little format they want to do, clearly multiple times throughout the year. Because I can tell you, I'm not the only one who feels this way. There's a lot of people very disappointed. Now, before you go on and say, "Oh, NBG, you're just, you're one of these people where your expectations are too high," People were going into this saying, "Expect The Last of Us 2 release date," and stuff like that, and new gameplay and Death Stranding and blah blah blah. Listen, I don't think it's unfair for people to say that to people like me or others who maybe were expecting a little bit more, considering we never seen Sony do something like this, and considering it's their first time. You would think, considering how quiet Sony's been as well, that if they're gonna have something like this, they're gonna have something substantial. This wasn't substantial. This was a lot of VR stuff that no offense to VR, people don't care. Like they don't care enough to hear. Like if they had known this was going to be like 50% or more VR announcements, people wouldn't have showed up. They would not have cared that much. A lot of people were going into this thinking this is going to be something big and substantial, and it just wasn't. At the end, it got a little bit better, I guess. We got a Days Gone trailer, which was pretty cool. Still very excited for that. A little bit more on Dream Genie, and a really cool Mortal Kombat trailer, but still, like, there's nothing of substance here. Like, you didn't need to have a live streamed event for this, right? Like, it seems, I don't know. Like, this is where I feel like Sony really dropped the ball big time here, man. It's, they're not going to E3, and I really sincerely hope they were not planning on relying on this format going forward to make up for that, because, oh man, that's going to be a problem. If they are going to have to make sure the next time they have one of these, they do have some major announcements that you would kind of see at E3. Now, hopefully Sony can take the feedback here. I'm not saying it was, the worst thing I've ever seen. It could have been worse, but it was pretty bad. I mean, it felt like a waste of time, if I'm being honest. And I know that Sony is trying to do their own thing now, similar to what Xbox is doing with Inside Xbox and what Nintendo does with their directs, but they really have to go back to the drawing board here. And, I don't want to sound too harsh, but I got to call it like it is, guys, and this was kind of a fail on their part. And I know that there's a ton of fans right now that are probably sitting there going, wow. Like, I just watched 20 minutes of basically, VR stuff and then a couple trailers for stuff that's coming out in the next couple months. And, I would say that the only cool thing is we found out no, I can't even say that's cool. We already expected Dream Genie to come out in 2019. Frankly, I don't think there's a lot of hype surrounding that game, but for those who are interested in it, I think they were expecting it this year. So, I don't know, man. This was just a very disappointing live stream event, and I'm not saying I would like to see Sony cancel it, but I almost feel like in this case, and just trying to read the room here, maybe doing this, if they're gonna keep it with this type of format, is going to do more damage than good in the end, because, if you go look at the like to dislike ratio as of right now on that live stream, oh boy, it's like cut right down the middle. 7K likes, and I think like 7.7K likes, 7.8K dislikes. People are not happy about this, man, and this is like one of those rare times where you see Sony just kind of like, screw up, and people are looking like, what are you doing, man? What are you doing? And hopefully something changes. I mean, surely they're going to see how people are receiving this and, change course here. But we're going to have to wait to see, guys. Again, if you're somebody who enjoyed it, I encourage you, leave your thoughts down below. Let me know why you thought it was good, what you liked about it. Again, the positive I can take from it is that it was short and to the point. Can't say it was very sweet, but, the format wasn't terrible or anything. But, man, there has to be something of substance there, especially if they're going to continue doing this. But, yeah, leave your thoughts down below. Leave the video a like if you did enjoy it or if you agree with it. Subscribe if you're new. Be sure to hit the bell notification icon and share the video out on top of all that. It really helps. But until next time, guys, take care.